Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Shenanigans Podcast. Jeez. I'm Matt.
And I'm Simon.
How we doing today, Simon?
Uh, Not too bad. It's been rather grey of late. We had a couple of days of just like solid rain here, but it's getting a bit sunnier. As I just told you before we started, I cut my own hair again today. Well, I had a bit of help from my parents, but mostly did it myself. So so I'm feared to go out in public. For fear of
Can't be that
looking
bad.
like a complete arse. It's not that bad, but it's none of us are trained, so
Yeah, but guys' haircuts aren't that hard. It's just like, just stay in
True.
line, do it. It's not like, I'm guessing you guys got, when you went to boot camp, just like me, you just get, it's not like there, where they're just like, I'm going to shave your head in 5 seconds, it's going to look like shit.
See, because when I obviously did my training, it was with the reserves. There's no requirement for that. The only requirement is that it is short and neat. It's not everyone gets a buzz cut.
Oh, okay, yeah, so...
In most of the regular places, yeah, you probably will get it done for you. You probably will get it done down to like a number 2, but...
Yeah, at least the first one. And then once you actually get in, you can have it as long as you follow regulations. But they want everybody.
For us, it's like just sort of unofficial. It's more along the lines of so long as it's short enough that it's not touching your collar, and you can keep it under your beret, then fine.
Oh yeah, we have weird fucking restrictions.
I
get why they do it in boot camp though, because they want everybody to be the same.
I get that. It makes sense, and it's just easier as well. It's more hygienic and cleaner.
Oh, definitely.
Cleaner.
And it's just again that if you're in the desert mentality, it's one less thing. Not that you have to wash, but it's
one less thing to worry about.
Exactly. If you had longer hair in the desert, it could get disgusting, matted. It's a lot more care that goes into it than just having a shaved head.
Yeah, I mean, my dad effectively just did like a number 4 all over because he just doesn't care. But yeah, I decided it wasn't too long, but it was getting just like annoying. So I just thought I'd give it a bit of a trim because I've got some interviews, etc., coming up.
Yeah.
And I want to look somewhat presentable for them.
And that was my same thought too. I have some interviews coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta look tip-top shape for them.
Well, yeah.
This has been I don't want to say interesting week, but some stuff happened that I didn't think was gonna happen. One of the big things I think going for YouTube, I didn't read much into it. I didn't know if he got a contract, but Ninja started streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go back to Twitch, to be honest.
I thought so too, but this is a huge thing for YouTube then. And I know YouTube streaming is not there yet. I know some people do it, do like live stuff on YouTube. But I didn't think he was. I didn't see that move coming.
No, me neither, to be honest. But it's gonna bump up the YouTube gaming thing a whole lot, I think, because as much as YouTube is a brilliant platform for gaming and all, and for gaming videos, it's more for gaming videos. The streaming part is slightly more diminished, as by comparison with places like Twitch, Mixer, and all those other ones.
Facebook gaming, yeah, exactly.
Right, well, Facebook gaming even. I've seen nothing about Facebook gaming recently.
Well, I think Facebook gaming is owned by Mixer or Microsoft.
Yeah, because I think they're all. It was all owned by Microsoft.
Yeah. So I think this will just open the door for YouTube in that aspect, which I'm happy about because I love YouTube, man. YouTube's a great platform for things, so I'm glad we're getting into the streaming and the live business more. 'Cause it is a great user-friendly platform.
Yeah, it is.
And it's nice to have everything all in one. It's like, okay, I can go watch videos, but ooh, this person's live. I can go watch them too.
Mm.
You already have a YouTube account. It's like it's pretty great. Some other stuff that happened over the week. I saw Sony invested again. Didn't read much into it. I saw the headline. I have the article right here. Sony invests $250 million in Epic Games. I don't know why. We'll see. For those of you who don't know, Fortnite is behind, or sorry, Epic Games is behind the Fortnite series and the Gears of War franchise.
I thought there was a lot more.
There probably is.
Probably is.
I don't have anything. I don't have everything.
Oh, the Unreal.
Oh yeah, they use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what the $250 means. I don't know what Sony's investment means. But Sony's a big company. I guess we shall see what it means. Maybe they're gonna start getting stuff exclusive on PS5.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know, man. It's all drug deals at this point. You know
Effectively,
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge at this early in the stage, what's going on with all these gaming companies and
yeah, it is
stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what everything has in store for us for future, whether it be Xbox or PS5 wise. I think the next couple of months we will see just next couple of years we're just gonna see just amazing fucking games coming out.
Yeah.
We got. I don't know if you saw. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
I did not, but I know that you're going to talk about Giancarlo Esposito, aren't you?
Yes, Far Cry 6.
Yeah, for Far Cry. Yeah, because he was also in The Mandalorian.
Yes. That was a better reference. Thank you for.
But yeah, I'm just looking up an article about Far Cry now. So yeah.
Just that intro just got me. I was like, I'm loving the idea of actors mocapping like that, and you literally it looks exactly like the actor. I love it. It just so impressive.
Yeah, just like what they're doing with with like Mark Hamill and all those
Gary Oldman,
other really all those people mocapping them, and it looks. I mean, I haven't seen the leak from Ubisoft, but just looking at the still image of his face, it's like, my God, it's really good.
Exactly, and it's so immersive, man, because you're playing with those people, just like Star Citizen with Mark Hamill. We saw in the gameplay, you're gonna play and be next to Mark Hamill. It's like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. But I saw something else about this, which was it says, yes, Far Cry 6 is almost certainly a vast Far Cry 3 prequel. So I don't know if you played Far Cry 3.
I did.
Vast, the absolutely nuts bloke that you meet at the beginning with the mohawk. Yeah, it's a prequel to him. It's like his story, apparently.
I like the Far Cry games. They're pretty fun.
I really enjoy them. I played 5, and I liked
that took place in America?
Yes. I didn't play... It was like a DLC or kind of like almost a separate game where, spoilers for anybody who hasn't played it. At the end of 5, the... the main bad guy basically sets off a bomb, like Jonathan Seed, I think his name is. He sets off a nuke effectively, and like the setting for the DLC or whatever it is, the extended thing, is the aftermath of that. But I really liked 5 because, it's I'm not gonna lie, there are a few cults around the world, certainly a few of them in the States. And it's pretty terrifying.
I will totally agree with you. Colts fucking scare the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, but so I liked seeing it from that perspective. I didn't really get 4 that much. 3 I thought was fantastic. 4 was like 5 I enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to 6. Just to see like how they play it out, I think.
No, definitely. I would definitely agree with you. And I like Far Cry because it's kind of like. So the new Ghost Recon I couldn't get into because really I heard Wildlands was way better.
I've played both. I liked both. I thought Wildlands was better.
Yeah, I just
a lot
felt
of
like
people
it was very
didn't think that.
Yeah, I just felt the new one was just very grindy, and I didn't. I loved playing. Me and Jeremy played it a lot, and I had a great time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is one of those games, just like Wildlands. It's one of those games you have to play with people for it to be fun. Just like GTA. It's But and that's what I kind of like about Far Cry, the newer. I knew Far Cry. I knew the newer ones you could play with people.
Oh yeah.
Like cooperatively. That's what I like. And we just saw, and I just shared, that. I forget what the game's called. Hang on, let me go look at Discord.
Oh, Watch Dogs 2.
No, not Watch Dogs 2.
Death Ground. Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Dude,
yeah.
I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh, me and Simon are hunting some fucking dinos.
It looks cool. Like I've got to admit, like dinosaurs for me, I absolutely love them when I was a kid, and I still think they're interesting. In terms of like games and stuff, it wouldn't be like the first thing. So like it calls it a co-op survival horror game, but for me, it's because it's dinosaurs. I don't instinctively consider it a horror game. I just consider it, an action thing because you're going up against dinosaurs. Horror for me is like supernatural shit.
Wait till you turn the corner and you see T-Rex eating Deborah's face, then you're gonna think it's a fucking horror game.
Probably, yeah.
Once we're in the moment,
I think it's one of those ones where it's really hard to differentiate there's a fine line between sort of action, thriller, and horror.
Yeah. I think
I would almost consider this more a thriller than a horror, but then again, that's because I worked as a bookseller, so I'm very specific about these kind of things.
And I'll second that with you, but I feel like at some points, if we're like in the dark and we hear velociraptors,
it's gonna terrify. It's gonna absolutely terrify me. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I'm gonna be like, Simon, there's fucking velociraptors. What do we do?
But it looks cool, and like any sort of survival horror I like, and being able to do that in co-op would be even more fun. So exactly. I'm looking forward to that. I think that would be really good.
And just adding dinosaurs to the mix is just.
It's not only a survival game, but it's like, oh, for God's sake, now there's dinosaurs. Are you shitting me?
I feel like that's worse than supernatural shit because they'll just bust through walls. It's like, God damn it.
True. I think it's one of those ones where regardless of the sort of the setting, you will stand and you will think, balls.
Exactly. Like I've been watching Soviet Wombo play The Isle, and he's been doing it like a couple different ways, like as a herbivore or a carnivore, and as a herbivore. He's
that's the one where you play as a dinosaur, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. As a herbivore, he's just gotten into a situation where he's like, fucking balls, there's carnivores around. I'm dead. It's like, nope. It's but I don't know, man. Those games. Sorry. We were always looking for like a co-op horror game like that, and we just couldn't find them. Nobody makes. It doesn't seem like people make the co-op horror games. It seems like they're definitely single player most of the time.
Which I can understand, considering it. It's far more scary. It is far scarier when you're playing it by yourself. But I think that I think more games should offer, by all means have it as a single player campaign, but still offer a co-op mode, and you would get far more out of it, I think. I mean,
No, I'll definitely agree with you on that.
There's the Zombie Army trilogy as well.
I just wish there was a better way, because I feel like you and me would play horror games. The way I would want to play horror games with someone is we're playing it together. You're controlling the keyboard, I'm controlling the mouse, and it's like we have to.
That would be that would be a nightmare.
Because see, my problem with horror games is, and I can do horror movies because the story's gonna progress no matter fucking what.
Yeah.
I can't do games because I'll be playing it and I'm like, nope, I'm not walking down that hallway. I know I'm gonna fucking die.
Oh, because you're in control.
Exactly. I'm like, nope. I'm just gonna look away. Not doing it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm slowly getting more accustomed to horror movies and horror games, but obviously it's one of those things, you play and you watch more of them, you become desensitized to it.
Exactly. So having you there, either controlling the mouse or one of us is doing this. Either way, it's like, are we just gonna walk backwards to it? Or are we gonna walk forward? Like, no, Simon, stop.
No, we must press forward.
Like Alien Isolation, man. Even though it wasn't.
Oh,
scary.
if that, yeah, I think we've discussed this before. If that was co-op, I would play it with you because it would be so funny.
Oh, I'd be like, Simon, it's right next to you.
But it's one of those things that I've got it. I've got the game, but I don't want to play it.
Nope. I kept getting killed by the androids. I was like, oh fuck, he found me. He like pulled me up from under the table, and I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, it was just one of those, just those psycho thrillers, like.
Yeah.
Just the noise, the sounds, noise and sounds, same thing, but like the noise, the lights flashing, space, it really got to me, and I was like.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to wonder how that might work for something like Star Citizen. Again, I know I'm bringing this back to we always bring it back to this, but obviously it's not designed as a horror game, it's designed as an RPG. However, they're implementing creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So imagine you're on a cave on Hurston and there's just something down there. You think, no, for want of a better word, fuck this, I'm out.
Well, even more onto that point, think of you're just loading cargo and someone sneaks on your fucking ship and you're just walking around and you hear things.
Yeah. I would rate that, and I would rather it be like that rather than there be absolutely no sort of threat at all apart from other players or NPCs.
What if a creature snuck on your ship? Like, know what I mean? Like, it's like.
Yeah, which I'm kind of glad where they because even if it's a Vandal, which I know is more of a humanoid thing, so it's going to have its own. It's going to be effectively an NPC. That would still terrify me because they look terrifying.
Like, fuck! How did you get on here?
Yeah.
You don't belong here. Stop! You violated the law.
You violated the law. Yeah.
No, I hope they do that kind of stuff, but also we hope for ambient, which we're gonna get ambient. Creatures as well, because I feel that just adds to the ambiance of the game, just flying around, just if you're not at Quantum, just flying around space, and you're like, oh, look, space whales.
Exactly, yeah.
It definitely adds any game, and especially this game being so heavily explorer, want to be able to go to different planets, see different creatures, and just see different things. That's the whole point.
Yeah, because I think there's only so many times, and I think this is one of the problems that No Man's Sky had, and I can kind of see where this kind of goes into Star Citizen as well, because obviously at the moment on all the moons in Star Citizen, yeah, they're all different in their own way.
Yeah.
But they're all very similar as well, because there's nothing aside from a couple of mining outposts or things like that. There isn't really that much to see or do, which was the problem with No Man's Sky. Because after a while, yes, it's a procedurally generated universe, but all the planets and everything would start to look the same after a while.
Yeah.
but hopefully with the inclusion of flora and fauna, and it obviously this is just alpha still, so they're more worried about just getting everything out and then dealing with the rest of it in beta, which is fine. I get that. So hopefully they would be able to bring a bit more variety in terms of sort of replayability and wanting to visit a moon for a particular reason. That there's a certain thing there that you can only get on that moon, for example.
I definitely think we'll see that with versus No Man's Sky. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
No Man's Sky also did something nobody else did. It was a procedurally generated universe with thousands of planets, and there was no way you were gonna ever visit them all.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Pretty sure it was like a whole galaxy. Yeah, because I think the point of the game was to get to the center.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
I remember if you zoomed out, you would it's just going to be like Star Citizen, where they want to just have a procedurally generated an enormous amount of planets. But I think the difference is with Planetech V4. Yes, each planet is similar. Like take the Hurston system. There might be a couple desert planets, but the atmosphere composition is different. The way it looks is different.
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, I think the best one is the newest one to go with. So the moons of Microtech, because they're all different. There's one that has a frozen ocean, one that's got a flowing ocean, and one that doesn't have an ocean at all. Yeah. So they're all different in that way, and they all look different as well. So although the majority of these moons for each of the major planets are pretty much procedurally generated along a certain set of guidelines, there is still that individuality. So pertaining to the planet at the core of the local orbit.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that. I love the new planets, man. They're pretty fucking amazing.
It's weird because I keep looking at them and I think, oh, this is a pretty cool planet, and then I'm like, wait, no, this is just supposed to be a moon.
Exactly.
That's no moon.
That's no moon. I think we're gonna get in 3.10. We're getting oceans, right? I think.
So,
yeah, ocean shaders.
Ocean shaders, yeah.
We're not getting oceans. We're not gonna be able to walk in, but they're improving the shaders because right now they kind of look like bags of ass.
Yes, they're basically improving the look so that from further away as well, you'd still be able to tell that it's an ocean.
Not going into it and you're like, oh, it's land. Nope, I'm in water. It's fucking ocean.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get that at the moment, obviously swimming and the ability to have your ships float or anything like that is obviously not going to happen. I think swimming obviously will happen at some point. The sort of the buoyancy of ships on water, I don't think that will ever happen because that's just like, it's way too much, or at least it wouldn't happen for absolutely ages.
Do you think we'll be able to go into oceans with a ship though?
I reckon what they would do is, because it's a really good idea to underwater exploration is still exploration, and every planet and every moon may have different things there. So yeah, I think they would create some sort of underwater craft for you to be able to do that. Now, I reckon it would be fairly simple because a lot of the control mechanisms and a lot of that stuff you could effectively just implement into this submarine, this submersible.
Yeah.
Whether you would be able to have a ship that could go from air or from like space to air to sea is another matter. I don't know, because certainly this is just an example. In Star Wars they had that, didn't they? Like some ships could just go directly underwater.
They had submersibles, but then in Star Trek they had the USS Enterprise, like in one
that was underwater. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to imagine that, like, apart from obviously salt water or whatever the content of the water is, having an effect on stuff, it's all sealed and it's still pressurized. So I don't see why not. But again, that's like that would be way down the line.
Exactly,
So I think if they can do some swimming first, then that would be great. So long as we don't die as soon as we get in.
Because so the way I see it is like you and me and our Star Runner, and we're getting chased by someone, and we just see ocean body water, and we're like dive.
Yeah.
Then turn off everything, and it's like, and then you have water to refract all the scanning, and it's like
That's a good point, actually. So I was thinking about this the other day. When you're in your ship, and you can see another person, obviously you've got the sort of the indication triangle to show that there's another person around. If you turn off all your systems, is that triangle still there, or does it vanish?
I think it depends how close you are.
We might have to test this afterwards because I want to find out.
I know.
Because if you can certainly, like, if you could do that and just turn off all your systems and effectively just build up enough velocity to keep going on your trajectory, turn everything off, so you're effectively flying blind and flying dark, then that would be really cool because it means that is another, another way to do stealth.
Yeah, or do the Obi-Wan Kenobi method and just land on an asteroid, turn everything off.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I want to test that afterwards. I'm gonna make a note.
I know distance has something to do if it's because with the scanner, effectively, it's not line of sight usually. But if you're line of sight, you can't really lose someone. If you already see them.
I suppose. Yeah.
So No. So we'll definitely do some testing because that's definitely stealth aspect, especially with the Star Runner coming out in 3.11. We definitely want to know how stealth methods work, and I know that also has to do with the stealth components too. That's the whole point of the stealth components is you have to get way closer. Like the scanner won't work. You have to get way closer to be able to pick up someone.
Although, did you see on the leaks that they've implemented sort of new scanning and new tracking technology?
Yeah, I saw like the ribbon stuff, and I was like, "That's."
Yeah, like just the outline, the minimal outline for scanning someone, I thought was really cool.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
It seemed like I saw in the leaks that a lot of people turned the ribbon off.
Yeah, it's something to do with like pinning versus tracking. Yeah, it's one of those things that we'll have to play around with.
No, definitely, but it seemed pretty cool, man. It definitely is tracking. I read something in the leaks about the gimbaling too. It actually shows like the computerized calculations for the gimbal or something. And let me go find it. Where is it? They're adding the visor wipe. I don't know if you saw that.
I know that looks. Yeah, I'm interested in that. And I suppose that gives you more reason to go to these moons, so you can experience that kind of stuff, and to go to Microtech and spend more time outside of your ship. Yeah.
Get all that wonderful fun stuff. No, but that's what we all saw in the demo, and that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
And we started getting.
Yeah, that's
we
very
got
true.
the temperature, but I don't know if your guy shivers.
No, you haven't got. There isn't shivers. There is the sort of the wind effects, but that only, I think, you don't see it yourself. Only another person can see it being acted upon you. Like it doesn't look as though your character doesn't look as though it's working hard against the wind from first or third person, but another character can see it, which is really weird.
Okay. I can't find what I was looking for, but did you see the atmosphere stuff coming into atmosphere?
I think I did, yeah.
It's on fire now. Pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Just like the atmospheric effect now actually having. And I wonder if that's going to lead to if you come in too steep.
You've got to calculate it right, because otherwise you'll heat up and it'll cause damage. Yeah, which I think was their intent originally. You actually have to be careful about how, and it depends on the moon or the planet that you're going to. It depends on the atmosphere there. It depends on a whole load of things, and I really like that because it's again this is one of those games where it is down to the skill of the individual person. You know, you can't just put skill points into stuff and suddenly you don't have that problem anymore.
Yes.
You actually need to think about it, which I really like.
No, I really like that too. It adds a little bit. Like with planets, obviously with no atmosphere, you can go straight up. But like Hurston, you'll actually have to like kind of just gradually go up. Takes you a little bit longer. I found what I was looking for. So auto gimbals now visually show how the computer is processing the aiming.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't know how they're gonna do it. The leaks picture wasn't really that clear. But I don't know, man. They're just adding. I'm excited for 310. We added the bar where I can be an alcoholic now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited. It's gonna be good. And I got a cough. Oh, sorry. Got a tickle in my throat. No, it's gonna be good, man. There's a lot of good stuff, like I said, that happened yesterday or today. I don't know. You're a big World War II buff like me. Apple TV just released Greyhound on their platform, which is the Tom Hanks movie about World War II destroyer. He's the captain, CEO of World War II destroyer crossing the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And then they're being hunted.
He's leading an allied convoy across the Atlantic, but he's pursued by German U-boats.
Exactly. And I was looking at the numbers, man. Like in 1942, we lost like 1,100 ships versus 86 U-boats. But then once it got to 1944, we sunk like 234 U-boats versus 100 of our ships because the counter anti-submarine warfare just got so advanced at that point, and we knew how to hunt them. Which is just crazy to think about. And it's also just crazy to think about those U-boats, man. It's fucking scary. You don't, especially nowadays, because subs can be underwater for months.
Yeah, we're like nuclear powered subs.
Exactly. You don't know where they are. That's the scary part.
Yeah, it is scary stuff.
It's like
recently, I say recently, within the last sort of 6 to 12 months, Russian subs were found around the English in English waters. So the Royal Navy had to go up and say, right, piss off. We found you, bugger off.
Exactly. I feel like they're always doing that. They've always been playing
chicken, basically.
They've been playing chicken with our aircraft and our ships.
Yeah.
Been doing some really like unsafe shit. Especially with our aircraft. And they've been like, I've watched some of the videos and they just get really fucking close. I'm like, what are you guys trying to do? I know it's one of those things where it's kind of just like we're trying to. I don't know. Tensions have always been high with Russia. I feel like it's always. I feel like we're in the period like we were in the Cold War. We're just trying to fucking beat each other in nothing. Who has the more advanced ship? But in the problem with that is not that Russia does it more. I just wrote a report on Chernobyl. And it was like what was the organization's failure? I was like, they kept the dangers of this fucking reactor. They knew it and they kept it because they just wanted to be better.
And it was it was that, and like they built these reactors on the cheap, effectively. They worked, sure, until they didn't, because they chose cheap design methods.
Exactly.
Using graphite for the control rods, which is what caused
lead,
the spike, and then
right?
yeah, huh?
Instead of lead, right? I think most people use lead.
Well, they on the control rods, like the tip of it, I can't remember what the majority of it was made from. It probably was lead, but the tip of it was made from graphite, which when it gets plunged into the reactor and obviously to absorb the radiation, the graphite at the tip of it initially caused another spike, and because it was already at like critical, it caused it to just go over, and that's what caused
everything.
the meltdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that design choice for the rods.
Yeah, it was a fuck. It was like a. I don't want to say it wrong. It was like a negative something coefficient. And now I'm gonna look it up because
it was an RBMK reactor, a class of graphite moderated nuclear power reactor. Yeah. Oh, positive void coefficient.
Yeah. It was like one of the only reactors with a positive void coefficient.
Yeah.
Because when those rods go in, like you said, it spikes for a little bit and it got stuck there, so it just kept fucking spiking. And if people knew what the problem was, they wouldn't do fucking tests like that. But
well, it's also the fact that they vehemently denied, just like, no, an RBMK reactor can't do this. And it's like, you guys are dumb.
Exactly, kept in secret. It was just kept from the public and people who needed to know. It can't do this. Because I listened.
Yeah, and then they tried to blame it on somebody else.
Exactly, I listened to Legasso's tapes.
Legasov, yeah.
Before he killed himself. Sorry, I said Legasso because that's how fucking the dude says it in the HBO series, but because they were all British apparently.
Well, yeah. Who else are you gonna get to play a bunch of Russians? Well, sorry, a bunch of Ukrainians.
I don't know.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that series actually. It was really good.
So listen to the actual tapes, man. It was very sad that it took him killing himself for people to fucking actually acknowledge, like, we have a problem.
Yeah.
And there were so many failures in that step. It's like they didn't announce it for two days that the problem happened. It was until like it was getting picked up in Sweden. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, we have all this we're getting all this radioactivity.
Dust.
It's like,
yeah. It's nuts.
You guys okay over there? It's
yeah.
It was kind of like, again, it's a different situation. The USSR was wrapped around the idea that it couldn't happen in the Soviet Republic. I compare it to the Fukushima meltdown because the Japanese people just didn't want to admit their failure.
Yeah.
But then they finally admitted it when it went to levels like Chernobyl, and it was like, yeah, we need fucking help.
Yeah.
Because it's dude, messing with nuclear. I know we've had our fair share in America, 3 Mile Island. Messing with nuclear reactors is not a good idea.
No, it is not.
It definitely can cause, like Chernobyl, man. It's, what is it, uninhabitable for like 20,000 years or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. The half-life of radioactive isotopes is long.
It's and it's just so sad. It's really, so many people died. So many people had to get moved because of what happened. It was.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 active nuclear power plants in the UK.
You have 98.
I mean, there's 15 in total, but I think only 7 are active at the moment.
Yeah, we have.
But yeah. I mean, the most famous one here is Hinkley Point. in Somerset.
Reactors produce 809 kilowatts. 2019. Fucking Christ. Fucking just. Like, don't get me wrong. Nuclear power is great. It is.
Yeah. It's also incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. But I think there's so many safety precautions nowadays. Unless something like drastically fucking like someone wants to blow one up, I feel like it's hard. Not hard. Anything can happen. Anything could happen. It is the world.
Yeah.
Not gonna put a lid on it, but it is. But it's hard when countries are so secluded. Like North Korea, like the Soviet Union was, China. When you hide things from the world, it makes things worse.
Yeah.
Because no matter what happens in the world, it seems like the world is willing to help, no matter how fucking fucked up your country is. Because it's like, we know your problem is going to have disastrous effects on
everyone
else. World.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it for today. Time to wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week.
All right.